Hey everyone, AmberFrmThVault here. Welcome to a brand new game. We're going to go ahead and check out here called Smart Factory Tycoon. Now we're going to go ahead and check it out. We're going to start with a new game here. Now this is a game that I was given by the publisher, so I do want to say thank you so much for that opportunity. First things first, we have to choose what our factory's name is going to be like. And if you know how much I love tiny build games, I'm hoping this is going to be pretty similar. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll go ahead and check it out. So let's name our factory. It has to be a smart factory. So maybe we will call it, oh boy, let's just call it Brains Inc. because I think that's probably the most fun. All right, so it looks like we can actually change the individual levels here, which is pretty cool. I kind of like this. So we have robot level up, market difficulty, robot charge and oil capacity. Okay, we're gonna leave everything at normal and go ahead and jump in. I like leaving things at normal because, let's be honest, you never know how you're going to do with something, if you're going to be good at it or not. So name your first building. All right, so we called ourselves Brains Inc. So our first one, that's called Zombo Brains. All right, camera movement, we move around this way. We can also do that. Sweet. Okay, so we know how to do it. All right, so press construction button from the left down menu. All right, we're gonna go here. Build a production room. Okay, so we can build it, but it has to be a minimum of 4 tiles. One thing I can't do is change my angle. I wish I could. That would be nice. Okay, do I just place it? Oh, here we go. Okay, I was wondering why it wasn't letting me do it. All right, so there we go. There's the production room. Now we need to add a drawer. All right, sweet. There we go. And now press machines button. All right, so we're gonna see if we can build some actual machines. Paint station, plastic, and plastic injection machine. So far, this is reminding me so much of that Tiny Builds game, which I'm never gonna remember the name of the actual game, but it's something Workshop. Why can't I remember it now? It reminds me so much of that. I have to be honest, I'm not entirely sure that in a small way, it might not actually just be a ripoff of that game, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. R and F to rotate is a little weird. I'm not used to that. I'm used to E, Q, or something like that. Okay, so we've got one. We're also looking for paint station. No, we just did paint station. Oh, I'm smart. All right, and then these. Okay. So we've got the 2. So press construction and robots room. Okay, so now we can actually build a room of robots. So I don't know how big our robot room needs to be. It says 4 tiles, but like, what if I want more out of my robots? All right, can I put more than 1? Nope, we only have 1. Okay. Oh, uh-oh, I forgot to say yes to it apparently. Okay, let's do it that way then. And put a door. And yes. Okay. So there we go. Let's go back. Press robot room button here. Okay, and we're going to buy a charger and then buy a lubricator. Okay. So I don't know why I bought 2. I felt like it. We'll also buy a lubricator. Why not? All right. So now it's time to buy robots. Yes, the robots. All right, so buy 2 robots. You can choose the color of the robot if you want. So we can only buy cheapo robots right now. So I guess we're gonna buy one named Jane. All right, let's start with a nice pinky color because why not? Okay. So robot is coming by bus. Right, and then we need to buy another robot. This one is called Megan. Make Megan a nice purple there. And there we go. Hey, they are arriving by bus. Looking for the bus. Is this maybe like the bus station, or I'm assuming. All right, so we bought 2 robots. All right, so check the market from the left menu and choose Duck Y from the base station. Yeah, okay. This is exactly, yeah, that's what this is. Guys, this is basically that Tiny Builds game with the workshop, whose name I can't remember right now. And I feel like an idiot, but I love that game. That game was so much fun. But it acted very similar to this. The only difference is that it wasn't quite... Oh gosh, how do I explain it? It wasn't quite as clunky looking. So far this looks less adorable. Plus it's with robots and that one wasn't. All right, so I guess we're going to be making some duckies. Wait, no, okay. But now what? That's the pause menu. Oh, so I have to do a few more things, I guess. Raw materials? Okay. And then execute. Hey. Yes, it looks like that's what it's doing. So... Okay. Guess we just have to wait for it, or... Here we go. Here's a robot. All right. So press plan product. That's what we did. And then we linked them. Yeah, we did that. Okay. Choose the amount of the production. And I believe we chose 10 duckies. Or duck-wise. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's actually the box. Got it. Okay. So where does the... So... Okay. 10. We did the durability, link the machines, generate a zone in the production room. Oh, okay. Zones. What is this zone for? Allows products to be stored here. Okay, so it's storage. Got it. So let's go ahead, I guess, and can't put it there. It has to be in the production room. Okay. Apparently we can't drag it. We just... Okay. Interesting. I wonder if I can delete them because it's obviously going to be all messed up. All right. So generate a zone in the building, not in the rooms. Then click export zone. Okay. Yeah, this is... Wow, it's reminding me of that. All right. So wall show hide. Ah, okay. So we can actually bring the walls down. Okay. And then last one, plant trees to increase your sustainability. Oh, okay. Well, that's a cool idea that you can plant trees to increase sustainability. Not quite sure how that makes your factory more sustainable, but apparently it does. Okay. I don't know how many I really want to place, but... Okay, machines, chargers, lubricators decrease your sustainability. Well, yeah, I would think so. Okay. All right. So it looks like that's the end of the tutorial. So really finish the tutorial? Yes. I like how it asked really finish. Really finish? Okay. So I guess now looks like robot ordered Jane and Megan. And are they then... Yeah, so they're making them. Okay. So I guess we kind of hang out with this. And they just make the stuff. Okay, it looks like we can actually speed it up. Interesting. Okay. It's definitely an interesting game. It's not exactly... what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like it's a game that is working on a new thought necessarily. Obviously, it is very similar and almost feels slightly like a lesser version of another game. I feel bad kind of saying that, but it does. It kind of has that feeling. But I guess that this is kind of the whole thing. I wonder what else we can put in here. Like, ooh. Okay, that's one thing I don't love, is that it seems to move really fast when you try to move around. Let's see what else we have. We have an edit, build more machines. So it really has that vibe to it. Let's see. Did I actually set this as an export zone, or can I set it? Oh, here we go. General zone, export zone. Okay. Here we go. Huh. Okay. So I'm interested. Let's go ahead and just kind of let this go through. And then I think what I'll do is I'll pause the recording until it's finished with the duckies, and then we can go ahead and kind of see what's going on with the duckies. It seems like that's probably the end of the hand holding it's going to do. So I'm assuming that from here on out, we are alone. All right, let's check back in with Brains Inc. in a minute. All right, here we go. We're almost done, and I was wrong. So it's called Little Big Workshop. I knew Workshop was in there, and it's actually Handy Games. I kept thinking it was Tiny Build Games, but no, it was Handy Games. This basically feels just like Little Big Workshop, except it's not as polished as Little Big Workshop. So I'm really curious, like, how it's going to continue moving from here. Because right now, it really feels like the exact same game. I'm almost wondering, it's been a while since I played Little Big Workshop, but it was I played it over on PS4. I love that game. It was so much fun. I don't even know why I loved it so much, but it was amazing. And I remember just spending hours playing that game. Not even necessarily for channel, just because I liked playing it. This just feels like a really dressed down version of that game. So it's kind of interesting. Let's see, we would need a lot of even some of the stuff that we're looking at, like the assembly station, the paint station, the plastic injection machine. I believe those are the exact same names that were in the other game. So I almost feel like somebody played that, realized how much fun it was, and then decided to basically remake the game, which, I mean, flattery is, great, but maybe, I'm not sure that Handy Games would, totally appreciate the, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even want to say competition, because it's definitely different. But, appreciate the fact that it's basically the exact same game, but that's okay. I think, though, that at least from what I'm seeing here, I really have the impression that Little Big Workshop was a much better game. It definitely had kind of a slicker look, and it was really cute. I really liked the little characters and stuff. They were so adorable. And I'm not getting the same vibe out of this. I don't feel like I want to keep going as much as I might for another game like that. But we'll see. We're going to go ahead and play it for a little bit more, see what's going on. Sometimes two games grow on you. It just does feel really weird to know that this is literally the same game. I feel like I'm playing the exact same game. And on top of that, I can't really do much. So if I want to make more rooms, I guess I have to make the rooms like this. I can't really make it. Wait, so I can't even make that room? I have to take over this room? How does that work? Okay. So this is even more confusing. So if I wanted to, it looks like the problem is let's actually demolish both rooms, just because I want to actually, gosh, I wish I could change my perspective more. Maybe what we'll do is just demolish the rooms. Turns the machines into boxes is fine, but it is weird how it keeps moving. It's driving me crazy. Okay, production room. Let's maybe try and make a bigger room. Limited how much we can do, or is it just because it's difficult to... Okay, I guess we're limited. Maybe we don't have... Or is it just because the machines are there? I mean, what do I do with the machines then? Huh. Okay. Okay, so maybe we just sell them all? Okay. The fact that I have to right click on it was definitely not intuitive. I didn't think about right clicking as like my first thing. I just happened to right click for other reasons. Sometimes I just errantly right click on things. And that was just an errant right click that turned out fine. Weird that you can't make the room. Okay, that's really like icky. Interesting. I'm really interested in like the way that this game definitely doesn't do as good as Little Big Workshop. It definitely has that feeling like it's a lower cost knockoff, maybe. Especially why I have to click yes when I've made the room. I clearly wanted the room. I kind of hate that I have to click yes. Okay, yes, there we go. And then maybe we will throw in those machines, but the machines are in different parts. So let's start with this. So we have 2 robots. Hopefully our robots are doing good. Then maybe we'll... Oh, see, I totally screwed up. I didn't even make that room. That extra step of clicking the confirmation is kind of obnoxious. I am not used to having to do that in a game. I'm not sure if that's gonna work very well. I guess we could get our machines in here. Surprised that it lets me actually place a machine into the wall as if someone could use it. All right, and I guess we don't really need that. What we need is that assembly station. And it's not really showing me like which ones are important. So I couldn't tell you which machines, you know, really mattered right now. But I suppose as you go through, I'm sure you learn. But it is kind of interesting. Okay, so I suppose let's do this now, and should probably slow down time. We have everything to make this, so let's go ahead and do that. But even this screen, this is 100% the same exact screen from the other game. Like, it even had the same like look to it, so that's really interesting. Okay, and we'll have them make more. I guess 24 is our limit, and then 60, so sure. So let's try that. Now we'll increase everything. It's really interesting. And I wouldn't say in a way that is necessarily positive. It's just interesting that this is like the whole thing that they decided to take was Little Big Workshop. And I do want to be, you know, understanding too that this was a game that was given to me by the publisher. So obviously, you know, being a huge fan of Little Big Workshop and really liking that game when I played it, maybe, you know, I would be the target for the game. It's not like that would be unexpected for someone who liked one game to like another. But it definitely just doesn't have the same... It doesn't have the same feeling to it. Like it doesn't have the same appeal. Okay. I know we're almost to bankruptcy, or we're closer, I should say. But I kind of figured... Where are my robots? Oh, here we go. Where's Megan? I don't know. We own a second robot, but our second robot seems to be missing. Where is she? I guess we'll just sell her and get a new one. Right, so let's get Nova. Interesting. I don't know where that robot went, but it was just kind of stuck there, which was weird. Okay, here we go. Honestly, the main goal here isn't even to really make much money. I just wanted to see like how much can I mess around and get this to work. So basically having the robots and having a robot room is like having the lunchroom in Little Big Workshop. So it's very similar, which I find very interesting. And it's taking time. There isn't as much here to do while you're waiting. Like, I don't feel like I really want to keep playing it. I'm really surprised at how much it is just a blatant copy of Little Big Workshop. Definitely doesn't have the same, charm as Little Big Workshop. So it is occurring to me that even though I am at 10x speed, this is going to take forever. And I'm not entirely sure I want to wait. So maybe we'll just, we'll give it a little bit longer, but I don't necessarily think that it's even worth figuring out if we can sell things. And it's probably because I don't have enough machines, but I didn't really have enough money to start with multiple versions of a machine. So that was pretty interesting. So let me run this for a little while. We'll just see if we can let's put the duckies up and see if we can start with the duckies. So priority, you might remember in the last one, there was also priority. Folks had to go to sleep and stuff like that. I believe in Little Big Workshop, they go to sleep. But we had to let people rest. That's what it was. We had to let them rest. So it definitely has a very similar feeling. And they did a good job copying the idea of the game, just not copying what was fun about the game. This is like a literal simulator in some of the worst ways. Oh, okay. I can't even got it. Okay. So I guess you can change the colors if you want, which is kind of cool, but really doesn't give me a whole lot of options. But yeah, let me go ahead and just kind of wait and see how long it takes for these ducks to be made. Looks like I am pretty close to going to bankruptcy, so I probably won't make it before the ducks are made, but I will be back. All right, so here we are. We are neck and neck, basically with either going bankrupt or delivering these duckies. I've literally just been letting it go in the background. I haven't actually been paying attention to it. In fact, I was checking out other games on Steam while I was waiting for this to run in the background. But I did want to, say that if you are a trophy hunter, this would be kind of nice to get trophies. It's a pretty easy way to get achievements. Personally, I love achievements, as we all know, but I only get achievements in games I actually want to get achievements in. And I can't say that I would be trying to get all 54 of the achievements in this game, just because what would be the point, I guess? I see this as just kind of running in the background. It's not a bad tycoon simulator. It's just that it has already been done so much better. And that's not to say that, not every game has its own, that it has its own validity or, its own purpose, because the game is definitely valid in its own way. It's just that, at least for this purpose, the game isn't necessarily doing much for me. Lots of games can do the same thing. We all know the Call of Duty Battlefield, kind of world that we live in, but this one, it isn't up to the same level. It isn't up to par. So it just doesn't have that really fun, for me, that captivating version. But if you're somebody who maybe doesn't want all of the flashy part of the other games, maybe you would prefer this one. I can't imagine there's anyone out there who actually would prefer this one. That said, it's an admirable effort, and I'm curious to see what the creator actually does with other things. So maybe there are other games that'll come out eventually that would be better, or maybe based on the same ideas. Everyone kind of has to start somewhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't, cool things that come out of the same developer later on. That said, for me, it's not necessarily gonna work right now. It's not a game that I would be playing much of. Also, I do remember that in Little Big Workshop, I was able to amend and adjust what I was doing. So if I decided not to make so many, I could do that, but I'm not seeing that option here. So there's just a lot of things that I feel like there was definitely an attempt to mimic what was successful about that game, but I think it got lost in the literal mimicking of what was successful in that game. Also, looks like it just froze. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. In the meantime, if you want to play it, it is available on Steam. But personally, I definitely think that if this is something you like, maybe you're better off actually trying to play Little Big Workshop, which was an amazing game by Handy Games. So I can't recommend that one enough.